And so tamping down or reversing Chinese aggression in the Western Pacific would require a massive use of American force. So just like China lost 1 million troops fighting against America in the Korean War, they might be willing to really slug it out in the Pacific. So in the last 200 years, modern wars between great powers have typically gone long rather than stayed short. So a US-China war could keep escalating, be incredibly damaging to both sides. There are few plausible off-ramps and severe pressures for escalation. So China's historical warning signs are flashing red. This is Michael Beckley writing in The Atlantic. Okay, here's an important essay. Did you know that Germany has a QAnon problem? And you think, oh no, the Germans, they're solid people there. They got common sense. They wouldn't fall for something like QAnon. The Germans, they're not going to go all anti-vaccine. Now, I'm not going to play John Pilger in the coming war on China. John Pilger, give me a break. So, a 2016 study conducted by Princeton University found a clear link between social isolation and tendencies to believe in conspiracy theories. So this is why socially deprived areas in East Germany appear far more likely to become breeding grounds for conspiracy theories, compared with places where people enjoy more stable social networks. So how stable is your social network? How strong, how deep is your love? How deep is your social network? Because that will tell me how vulnerable you are to conspiracy theories. So working class people who feel socially excluded are much more likely to believe in conspiracy theories. Losers are much more likely to believe in conspiracy theories. And this came from Princeton, guys. And this is high quality work. Right. Have you read the academic paper, The Dark Side of Meaning Making: How Social Exclusion Leads to Superstitious Thinking? Isn't this what Barack Obama tried to teach us about losers? So they just cling to their guns and their religion, right? We're driven to seek meaning, but it can go awfully wrong. Awfully wrong. So you're saying, 40, tell me more about this 2016 paper out of Princeton. Right, The Dark Side of Meaning Making: How Social Exclusion Leads to Superstitious Thinking. Right? Meaning making. How's your meaning making lately? Are you guys making solid meaning? And how about that Dallas Cowboy victory? Can you believe with that backup quarterback throwing for over 300 yards? That thrilling last minute victory over the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota? 6 straight victories for the Dallas Cowboys. Have I looked into James Bradley's The China Mirage? No, I have not. Look, let's talk about meaning making, guys. Meaning making is a fundamental characteristic of thinking minds like you and me. Expose a person to a set of completely unrelated events and then observe the complex ways in which our minds try to create connections between unrelated events and to tell stories about these unrelated events and go beyond the facts to imbue chaos with order. Like, Laponius, you strike me as the type of bloke who sees completely unrelated events, and your mind automatically starts finding connections and telling stories and going beyond the facts to imbue the chaos with order. Right? So under what conditions do people's search for meaning backfire and leads to conspiratorial thinking and superstitious beliefs? So press 1 if you're still clinging to your guns and to your religion. And press 2 if you're feeling socially excluded. And press 3 if your feeling of social exclusion has led you down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. And press 4 to tell me about how listening to the Carpenters started you down a slippery path to eventually listening to hard rock such as the Scorpions. Okay, so meaning making is automatically triggered. It is evolutionarily adaptive, and it's developmentally dynamical. It's a developmentally dynamical feature of the cognitive system. And you're saying, wow, 40, you're blowing my mind here. So meaning making influences information processing from perception to decision, right? We want to make sense of the world around us, and much of the sense that we make of the world around us is only in our brain, right? Reality is so random and complicated that we impose on reality all these superstitious beliefs. So generally speaking, the ability to make sense of a complex and complicated and chaotic world has many positive consequences. So there are a lot of irrational beliefs that are good for you. Wow, 40 is the new Tim Pool. I'm not sure. Am I worthy of this great honor? 40 is sounding like Phil DeFranco and Sam Sater. Oh, am I worthy of these great honors? So there are a lot of irrational things that you can believe that will contribute to your health and happiness. I don't want to remove from you your irrational beliefs that are contributing to your health and happiness. So the ability to form meaning out of chaos and random events results in mental and physical health benefits, an increased sense of well-being, emotional regulation, and adjustment to trauma. So wonderful. Making meaning out of random events, wonderful thing. But it can sometimes backfire. Sometimes we will falsely remember events that we haven't actually experienced. We will prefer to process information in a way that's consistent with our beliefs. So we will distort reality and process things that happen to make them consistent with our beliefs. And we will engage in motivated reasoning as a way to maintain internal consistency. So motivated reasoning means that we will twist things so that we can maintain internal consistency. So people, when our friends behave in ways we don't approve of, we will rationalize it, right? So it's like, oh, this can't be right, that, Laponius engaged in nefarious illegal behavior. It must be a faulty report that I've received. So we want meaning. We assign meaning to random events. We assign meaning when it's not there. And this can lead to conspiracy theories. So it's kind of an exaggeration of these universal human tendencies to try to find meaning in random events.